What up? What up? All right. So listen, this is the time to get your courage together, your heart up. Um, Share this out. And again, if you would like to join the feed, you have to come to my YouTube channel. You have to come to YouTube. So Sabir Bey's YouTube channel. Okay. I will put the link up here, but I will not be arguing with nobody. Some of y'all going to catch this tomorrow. It is actually 9:52 on the West Coast right now. 9:52 on the West Coast. So listen, I need everybody to tell me where y'all tuning in from so I can get a pulse on where y'all at. So come on the X, y'all. We on X. Real Sabir Bey on X. Okay. Real Sabir Bey on X. Real Sabir Bey on Instagram. Share it out. Share it out. And if you want to debunk what I'm saying less than 5 minutes, I'm going to give you the floor. Okay. Less than 5 minutes. So come on and turn up the volume like my brother Stan says. And let's get this thing popping. But do your research first before you try me. All right. Hip hop, happy hip hop history. Come on. Run that back, baby.
All with it. Yeah. Sabir Bey. Truth don't play. Law, history, culture, hip hop. All with it. All with it. Truth don't play. We in the cipher, light sparking through the veil. Truth and motion, let the ancestors inhale. From the Moorish courts to the cosmic scrolls, he decoding lies that been hidden in goals. Sabir B, the name ring through the booth. He break down laws and lace you with the proof. From Dr. Woodson's text to the streets we roam, he bringing intellect right back to the throne. Oh, would it be Sabir B, building up minds, not breaking the youth. Yo, truth don't sway. Be it. Building up minds, law, history, culture, hip hop every day. Mic check, this ain't no fairy tale spin. He bringing Moorish law right back to your skin. Mind sharp like a blade from Kemet's forge. Blueprint solid, he the truth's own source. Cameras rolling, the wisdom broadcast. Facts hit hard, never water the mask. He bridging the gap between the block and the scroll. That's intellectual combat, food for the soul. Oh, would it be? From the matrix to the Moorish way, let's elevate. Oh, with it. Pure truth, pure flame, this the real update. We ain't talking about no surface knowledge. We talking history, law, sovereignty. The real blueprint that unlocks the chain. Ancient vibes through the mic and translate. Each broadcast opening up the gate. Pan-African mind with that Moorish spark. Guiding lost tribes through the global dark. No cap, this that Griot code in motion. Truth tsunami, pure mind ocean. So tune in, lock in, set your mental straight. It's a big beat show, yeah, the vibe too great. Oh, with it be the show. Rebuilding up minds, not breaking the youth. But yo, truth.
Shout out to my brother DJ Derek. Let me tell you something. The line is open. You know what's so funny? Let me give a shout out to my sister Edna. I don't know if y'all know this, right? Like, you know, just a word from somebody can change your thinking. I did 3.5 hours early today. Not one person sold any seeds. So a seed is somebody donating something. That's what they do in the church. Nobody donated nothing. So I was talking to Edna, and I was telling my sister Edna how there's a pastor that flew from Houston to this church and he gave $10,000, right? Crazy. Sold a seed. Like, it's getting crazy. I need to become a minister. So I was telling my sister Edna this, and I said, I'm in the wrong field. I gave him 3.5 hours early today. Nobody sold no seed. I ain't get a dime. So it can't be about money. So she said to me, no, you ain't got to go that route, Sabir. It's going to come. And I really thought about that, because then she said, are you going to go live later? I said, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Every time I'm on here, people don't support this truth. I said this to her. But not knowing that she is the one that made me do it. Honestly, she didn't make me do it, but it was something in me, and what she said to me, it hit me. It was like, well, maybe it'll come. I keep putting out there in the ethers, maybe it'll come. But yeah, not one person, none. So she said to me, I said, every time I do it, I'll be like, am I in the wrong field? I got to be in the wrong field. I don't know what. I don't know what's over our people. But thank you, Edna. Seriously, because that was, I was going through it. I was pissed off. But I think we're talking to her earlier today, because I said, I don't know what these pastors got over these people and what's going on, but they be sowing $10,000. I can't even get $100. Damn. So let's put this up here. Let's go, y'all. Let's have some fun. We're going to run through this. It is actually 9:57 on the West Coast. I don't know what our people want. Let's go. Let's get it popping, baby. Sabir Bey Show, baby.
Yo, check your mic. Let's test these levels.
Check, 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 check.
Okay, word. We got the sound. Let me know when the break's coming in.
Nah, there's no break. I'm just gonna go straight through.
I kick that shit.
Heaven sent, I can prove this. Any crowd, turn me up loud. KR will move this. Long before Easy this MC, he was ruthless. Kicking rhyme, spitting rhyme, written rhyme, freestyle. I do this. Who's this?
I'm getting my second win. Y'all see the yellow. If you would like to support it, if you'd like to actually sow a seed, come on, Chris. Let's go. Share it out.
Yo, check your mic. Let's test these levels.
Check, 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 check.
Okay, word. We got the sound. Let me know when the break's coming in.
Nah, there's no break. I'm just gonna go straight through.
I kick that shit.
Heaven sent, I can prove this. Any crowd, turn me up loud. KR will move this. Long before Easy this MC, he was ruthless. Kicking rhyme, spitting rhyme, written rhyme, freestyle. I do this. Who's this? You don't know me, homie. I'm the one and only. I turn your tool into a toll. Tell you you owe me. You ain't gotta go to the past to know me, homie. I'm KRS1. My power is now. Eckhart Tolle. These rappers are bony and lonely. I'll catch them coming out of Shoney's. I don't Oscar or admire, they baloney. No phony. I spit for the time from the mind. So when I spit off the head, of course I'm ahead of my time. Yes, I'm better with rhyme, and it's evident I'm the lyrically benevolent kind. This you never gonna find. I'm spitting plenty medleys. This is work, not a job. Rappers are crying like a boss in reverse. They solve. That's when they get robbed and disappointed. They not anointed, get them set up like an appointment. I spit the same heat you like to joint with. Fire, spit the truth, no lie. Heaven sent, this is higher. The mic cooks, I write books. The heavyweight champion. The song becomes a knockout with the right hook. I'm raw, meaning not cooked. These fake rappers heads are down, cause in the face of KRS they do not look. 40 cal style, rap-a-pum like big drums. When I heat up the club to 420, it's done. Light up the teach with the chunk. I teach when I come. Knowledge reign is supreme. What these rappers speaking is dumb. It's a treat when I come. I'm not what you used to. I'm the return of Khufu all over these tracks like choo-choo. I'm the guru. So when my teaching premieres, it's gangstar. Hitting you and your man in the same car. These whack rappers, fuck who they are. KRS is like a hooligan. Hitting them all with the same bars. Hooligans hitting them with the same bars. Your whack style just ain't ours. Venus to Mars. I'm teaching with bars, spitting these bars, but youngins under 21 can't even get into these bars. So I don't blame them if they not seeing these bars. Cause when I hit them with my universe, all they seeing is stars. Speaking of bars, when I spit one, you can see it's all about impact over an income. The big one, multi-directional and exceptional. 10 of my first 20 albums are all collectibles. You feel the heat when I'm next to you, truly legendary. Underground, undetectable, and revolutionary. Most of what's going on today, you know we knew already. I tried to teach our people, but poverty, it took too many. It shook too many. We can see what a curse is. So I re-emerge to show these youngins who the first is. The minister, frying rap chickens like churches. And the worst is seeing your temperature taken by nurses. IV bags, your family picking out hearses. It's like you at the Barclays Center, you won't survive these verses. Sprite means spirit, so I obey what my thirst is. The whole planet, so-called Earth, is what my turf is.
Hold up. Yo, I got this. Yo, this is about to be fire. Levels is on point. You sound good out here. Let's get this project started.
Shout out to my brother Son One. So y'all should be thanking my sister Edna for this show. Y'all should really thank Edna, because I'm gonna tell you something. I was done, and I was on the phone with her. And she said people will come on your show, Sabir, and ask you a billion damn questions, and none of them will support what you're doing. They get on his feet. I mean, I'm not talking about Stan. I'm not talking about the regular Brandies and the people who come on the feed on the regular every day. But I'm talking about these people who come on his feed every day and think that they can bait me into something. So if you want to sow a seed, y'all can sow a seed. Nobody did it earlier. So I didn't really want to do a show, but Edna asked me, was I going to do something later on? And I said, and she was talking about my health. And I said that, you know, after I thought about it, I got my second win. I went 3.5 hours. I could have went 5 hours, but I went 3.5 hours straight with no chaser. And yeah, that's what happens. So you have pastors that's actually asking for $10,000 and getting it, $1,000 and getting it. It's kind of crazy, ain't it? I'm gonna become a pastor. No, Edna said don't do that. She said don't do that. So we're gonna have some fun, y'all. Welcome to the show. If y'all want to sow the seed, there you go. All right. So that was my brother KRS-One, and that was my brother Son One. Let me share something with y'all because this is a lot of work. I put this together in Louisville. Actually, shout out to my brother who actually put up the money for that, because this particular lecture was only supposed to be KRS-One and myself. The type of person that I am, as I always bring people in, and I'm gonna stop doing it. I added Taj Tariq Bey onto this panel, and I added Abdullah Bey onto this panel, and both of them got paid that day. They both got paid. This panel was with KRS-One, myself, Taj Tariq Bey, and Abdullah Bey in Louisville. Okay, so let me just let y'all see something.
For a minute. And think slowly about the first human being realizing they're human. And what they saw. When they first imagine, yesterday, you was a dog yesterday. You roamed around the forest looking for something to eat, you popped this mushroom in your mouth and became self-aware. Then you look at your family who didn't take whatever you took, or didn't get the experience, didn't enter the vapor room, didn't, whatever it was that gave you that consciousness, the rest of your family didn't get it, they still crawling around. This is the state we're living in today. I'm just giving you the analogies to answer your question in that way, but here's the hard part of the question. Do you join the animal to be safe in the jungle, or do you remain human for as long as you can? Our ancestors remained human, that's why they jumped over on the ship, jumped off, or so those are the reports, those that did that. They said, look, I'd rather be dead than a slave. You know, the rest of us, we thought it out. The philosophers, we said, nah, it's not no good to my people dead. But what did the philosophers do? We'll go along. We'll go along with it. We know you're a thief, we know you're a rapist, you're a liar, we know this, but we're gonna go along with it. Why? Because you have a gun, and I don't. That's it. If I can kill you right now, I would, but I can't. You got the gun, I don't. Now to make it even worse, when I get the gun.
That was something we did in Louisville, Kentucky. So y'all don't understand how much work, how much time I put into what I'm doing to actually help people, selfish people that come on this feed. And you could be a pastor and get $10,000 like this by sowing a seed and praying over somebody. I said to my sister Edna, people don't want truth. Black people don't want truth. They don't. So this is why I can't get mad at the Europeans, the so-called white people, because they will back their people, even if it's a lie. So I just want to share something with y'all. We're going to run through this. And if y'all want to join the feed, join the feed. Okay? But you can't ask me 1,000 questions. Like my brother Jarrell, he can jump on the feed. Percy can jump on the feed. The people who I talk to on the regular. Not you cats that try to get something for free. Okay? So let me play this for y'all real quick. And I'm going to explain something to y'all. I want y'all to send this out to my brother Mark Lamont Hill. I used to do radio with him in Philadelphia on WRD. And I said this earlier today. The only reason why you know about him is because he uses his degree that he got from the white man. So pay attention to this, and I want y'all to listen up. And I'm gonna see if I can clear some stuff up on here. So hit the link.
But just enslaved Africans built this country, and many were Muslim, and many even after the era of slavery still held on. They still held on to Islam, and many of them practiced secretly and silently, and even at the beginning of the 20th century with the Moorish Science Temple, with the Ahmadiyya movement. I mean, there are just numerous movements. And if you look at the founding fathers.
Time out, please. Catching what he said. I want y'all to pay attention. Pay attention one more time. Now, if I was on here, I would have to explain something a little different. But he was trying. This is what we do, trying to impress them.
And many of them practiced secretly and silently, and even at the beginning of the 20th century with the Moorish Science Temple, with the Ahmadiyya movement. I mean, there are just numerous movements. And if you look at the founding fathers. Time out, please.
What's up, folks? We are back again. I thought Jack Posobiec brought up a good point when he said, what cities did they create? Welcome back to the show. This is a topic that will...
Okay, so I'm going to play something for y'all. Now, I want y'all to pay attention. They said, what cities did they build? What cities? Talking about black people or Moors, right? I need to chop her up. And I'm going to tell you something. Look how many people she got and followed her. Look how many look. Do y'all see the views in this? Look at the comments. This is kind of crazy. This is an embarrassing that I can give y'all facts on this feed and I can't even get y'all to share this video out or get support. This is embarrassing. I'm on the wrong playing field. I'm keeping it a buck. But look at how many people she got commenting on this joint. And the comments is off the Richter scale, bruh. But she said something. What cities did they build? Listen up.
Brought up a good point when he said, what cities did they create? Welcome back to the show. This is a topic that will not die. Just like the idea that there was a Wakanda and that black people ran everything and were superior to whites, and thus we had to enslave them to keep them down because we were like, oh, they're too powerful. They are too godlike. We must subject these people. We must enslave these people because they're too good. They're too superior. They're too good. So out of pure jealousy and fear of the master race, which is the African American and the African at that time and the black person at that time and in this time, we had to, out of fear and jealousy, we had to put them down. We had to stamp them.
Have you noticed she never said more? She can't mention more. This is why y'all need to share these videos out and have me come on a panel. I can clear this up.
Down. Okay, this is really genuinely what they believe. The delusion in the black community is through the roof. It truly is through the roof. It's wild. So that was a debate on Piers Morgan. It was Matt Walsh, Jack Posobiec, and Mark Lamont Hill. Lest we forget the great Mark Lamont Hill, let me refresh your memory as to who he is.
And I don't want to live in a country where you can say an inappropriate, rude thing, which, by the way, black people can say things to white people all the time and they never get canceled. There's no backlashing about this. I want to live in a country where people are allowed to say what they want unashamedly. And you will
go
not
on, then
have
say it. Say the
will not have
go on, say the M word. Go on.
No.
Don't invite. No. I don't want you to invite this woman to say a racially harmful term in front of me because I'm the only on here. So if she says it, I'm the victim of it. So please don't invite her in ratings to call me the N-word because that's basically what it's going to be. There's a bunch of white people up here. You and one Uncle Tom on the left here, and to ask her to say the N-word while I'm here is ridiculous. You would not sit here with a Jewish person and say, please use a Jewish slur in front of this Jewish. It's ridiculous. I understand you don't have any bad intent, Piers. I understand what you're trying to do, but we already know she's racist, and I don't want to invite a racial harm to me.
I hear you.
Wow, that's emotional. They got, boy, y'all need to control your emotions, man. So let me explain something to you. I'm gonna see if I can do this, okay? And if y'all want to join the feed, join the feed. If you don't want to join the feed, please don't be commenting. So let me explain something to y'all. She said, what city? Do you know that we built all of this? Not just slaves. Hold up. Minister Farrakhan said this years ago. You don't go to Africa to get slaves, or you don't go get people to build your cities. You don't get slaves to build your cities. Like, you got master builders. Master builders. Master builders. Moors have always built. I'm gonna give y'all a book that y'all should pick up. So hopefully that girl Lily, I hope she's watching this, and tell her to go pick up a book like this. Africa's Gift to America. I know it's a lot of craziness that's going on social media, but I'm not the one. Oh, I'm not the one. She should pick this one up and read this book. Read the book. It'll help her out a whole lot. It will definitely help her out a whole lot. So I'm going to show you something, how this works, okay? Y'all ready? Let me pull something else up so y'all can understand how this works. See, they bring people like Mark Lamont Hill on them shows because I don't even know what Mark Lamont Hill knows, but let me help y'all out. California. Look, as previously said, Negroes have been the pioneers with the Spaniards and furnished more than half of the founders of Los Angeles. You want to know what city again? Let me show you how crazy it is. How many of y'all knew this? I'm gonna show you something, okay? Are we good? Is everybody all right? Now, if you want to object, jump on the feed. That's not online. I'm gonna show you how this works. Okay. So how many of y'all knew that? They want to know what cities was the first to trek to the west and begin. You see this? Okay, let's move forward. Foremost amongst the Negroes of California in the leading percentages. Do y'all see this? But bear with me. Let me take you to downtown LA. Let's go to, is everybody all right? Because I don't want to be on here long. I bid 3 hours earlier. Let me take you downtown LA real fast, okay? And what I'm showing you, you can research. Everything that I'm showing you can research this, okay? This is downtown LA. You see what I'm pointing to? Calle de los Negros. Everybody go look it up. Look up Calle de los Negros. You got it? Look it up. But you'll go watch Tariq Nasheed's craziness, right? And like the lies, and that's why people don't want truth. This is why it's not even worth it dealing with our people anymore. Hold up. I want y'all to go look this up, and I want y'all to see who financed it. Look up Calle de los Negros. Is everybody all right? Are we good? Now, some of these Europeans or so-called white people may watch this. They may jump off this feed real fast, but I am one that can explain all of this. Go look up Calle de los Negros. Let me take y'all to Spain when we was in Spain. That's called Negro Alley. Negro Alley. That's down street from the Union Station. And I'm going to see if I can make the connection yet, okay? This is in Spain. That's Percy, that's Karen, and that's my brother Amadeus Christ. We were filming in Spain. It's called Conde Negro. This day, it was 127 degrees outside. Is it making sense? So let me take y'all there, okay? So she want to know what we built. Let's take you to the founders of Los Angeles. Yeah, remember the time Michael Jackson tried to tell y'all, remember the time you and me in Spain. The founders of the city of Los Angeles. Yes, that's me. Let me help y'all out. You see what I'm pointing to, brother? Luis, a Negro. Antonio, a Negro. Y'all getting it yet? Oh, this is right downtown. Is it making sense yet, y'all? Or y'all figuring it out yet? Are they figuring this out yet? Just bear with me 1 second. Is it making sense? September the 4th, 1881, the first Spanish civilian settlement. Give me 1 second. Is it making sense yet, y'all? Negroes. So the word black in Spanish is called Negro. So what was first? Was it Negro or was it black? Was it Negro or black? This is in Balboa's Park. Do y'all see what that says right there? This is in Balboa's Park. I got it when I was in Balboa's Park. I'm going to show y'all something, okay? In Balboa's Park. See, y'all don't want the truth. Is it making sense yet? Let me see if I can tie this together yet. I'm trying to show you how they had to denationalize you. Okay? Give me 1 minute. Where are you at? Let me know if y'all confused about something. I'll make it plain. Okay? Let me help y'all out. You ready? So, okay. On the Gulf of Guinea, the Negro slave replaced the Moorish slave. Is it making sense yet, y'all? Take a picture, lasts longer. Is it making sense yet? So, you was a Moor, then you became the Negro. Is it making sense? Okay, so just bear with me 1 second. Bear with me. I'm gonna give you the sources. Okay, they come out of books like this. This is from 1960. 1966, 1961, 1969, 1966 again. How many of y'all saw these before? See, this is why they bring guys like Mark Lamont Hill in the morning. That's in that book. So they were Moors, and then they became Negroes, and then they became black. Oh, we're going to have some fun. Just bear with me 1 second. Hope y'all confused. You can jump on the feed. Receipts. Let me explain this to y'all. Y'all ready? Bear with me. I'm going to explain to you why they called y'all Negroes. Y'all ready? Let's take y'all back to like 1982, 83 with Minister Farrakhan. Let's go.
Light. And look at the scripture. The people that walked in darkness have seen what? A great light. Upon them hath the light shined. Is that right? The glory of God is risen upon them. What is the glory of God? The majesty of his wisdom will be seen rising up among a dead people in the last days. Do you know why we're called Negroes? They say it means black in Spanish. How come I can't call you black in English without getting a fight? But I can call you Negro in Spanish and we get along fine.
Whoa.
Silly.
Come on, let's run it
Certainly back. It means black, but not black in terms of color.
Let's run it back for y'all to
when you say Negro Zapato
Come on back.
man in the 24th chapter of Matthew. So if we are a people that walk in darkness, sitting in the West, it's telling us that God himself is coming in the last days to seek and to find that which is lost, the people of God in the West, and he's going to be our light. And look at the scripture. The people that walked in darkness have seen what?
Y'all scared of this.
A great light. Upon them hath the light shined. Is that right? The glory of God is risen upon them. What is the glory of God? The majesty of his wisdom will be seen rising up among a dead people in the last days. Do you know why we're called Negroes? They say it means black in Spanish. How come I can't call you black in English without getting a fight? But I can call you Negro in Spanish and we get along fine. Silly. Certainly it means black, but not black in terms of color. When you say Negro Zapato, that means black shoe. It refers to an inanimate object. And an inanimate object is an object that is not possessed of life. So when the Caucasian calls us Negro, he's saying
Negro is black in English. Y'all got to help me out.
Saying that you're black, but he's not talking about the blackness of the outer surface of your skin. He's talking about the state of your mind. What is the proof of that? Do you know white
Move forward.
teach you in the book of Revelation? And do you think men and women of a dog? Where you going tonight, brother?
Listen up.
Now look, beloved, wait now.
Listen. I'm trying to get this.
It's the beasts that walk on four legs. Is that right? What does the Bible teach you in the book of Revelations and in the book of Daniel? That the sheep were in the midst of what? Four great beasts. You think they're talking about a lion, a tiger, a leopard, and a panther? Men tame wild beasts, bring them around in circuses and have shows for you. These were some pretty tough beasts. And the sheep were in the midst of the four beasts. And a lamb was in the midst of the four beasts. Is that right? Oh, beloved, we don't have time to go into all of it. But look, please, please. Look.
Listen.
Dear beloved,
Negro.
I just want you to see that the scripture is full of light. If you just pull back the veil, open up the symbols and get the meanings. There's light for us in the books of wisdom from Almighty God. You are the sheep. You are the dead.
You the dead.
Look at how we function.
You are. In black.
Our level is a dead level.
Listen, civil letter Martus.
Where you going tonight, brother? I'm gonna party. What's happening after that Farrakhan speak? Well, hey, man, you got a bottle in the room? You gonna party
in the room? That's black people to this day.
Where's your head?
Is your head up?
Is your head up? You see how the dogs walk? They walk on four legs with their neck dropped over, always looking on the ground, sniffing for something.
That's black.
Is that right? Why did Jesus say he didn't want to give the bread of the kingdom to dogs? Did you think he was talking about four-legged dogs? And do you think men and women of a dog mentality can sniff out the wisdom of God that exists on a higher plane? Do you think that men and women of low character, this is what I'm talking about, beloved, when all you can see in a woman is pleasure and not the serious creation of Almighty God, when all your mind functions on is the filth and the decadence of this world's life, the homosexuality, the lesbianism, the freakishness of this world's life, yet you call yourself a noble in the mystic shrine, I beg your pardon, you are not noble at all, for noble means lofty character. Huh? have to become noble. Yes, beloved, we function on a low level. You know why? We got the mark of the beast in our forehead and in our hands. The beast is not talking about a four-legged animal. It's talking about governments and powers that do not function according to the divine law and will and morality of God. And you and I live in a country where they have power, and they do what power demands, and they don't follow moral law. They don't follow ethical principles. They do what they want to do. And when you tell them you're wrong, they say, who's gonna tell me any better? Who's gonna force me? So what if you niggas demand justice? I'll give you what I please. March on Washington if you want to. I'll give you a little more. But don't press me too hard. The Indian cries out, he says, shut up and go back to your wigwam and play in your teepee. I ain't doing nothing for you. That's not a man that's God is in his heart and in his mind. This is a people that draw nigh unto Jesus, as the scripture said, with their lips, but their hearts are far removed from him. These are hypocrites, beloved. And if there were justice in the government, we would be a free and independent people with the same equal opportunity as everybody else that is white in America has. But you have to fight for every inch that you get. You have to organize and scheme and plot and plan for little simple things. And you think like beasts. I'm sorry. But who is it in our community tearing up each other? White people are not killing us like we're killing each other, brothers and sisters. That's right. That's right. We can blame him and all that if that's what makes you feel good, but that doesn't alter the reality. If white people went away tonight by some stroke of magic, what would we do tomorrow morning? The problem wasn't going away as long as ignorance is in the head of our people, hatred for ourselves, hatred for our blackness, is that right? Envy and jealousy, destroying our organizations, destroying our capabilities. Yes, we have a great and wonderful grandmaster. Yes, sir. Sure we do. Why not back him stronger? Why is it that we must tear down each other in order to get up? Why must we be self-destructive? Because you got the mark of the beast in your head and you're not functioning upright, you're functioning downright on the level of the lower animals. Yes, now, in order to be raised up, Hiram needs a certain grip.
Get that grip. Let's give you the grip.
Is that right? Yes, sir. I think so.
This is the grip.
He wasn't in a real
You're not on the head.
deep grave.
Listen.
He was in a shallow grave.
This is you.
That meant he could get up. He had life in him. You just had to know how to reach him. Is that right? These black folk got life in them, brother and sister. You just got to know how to reach them. The Bible is your tool to reach the people. The Quran is a tool to reach the people. If you're not raising the people up from a dead level to a living perpendicular, you haven't learned how to use your book yet. This is not a book of entertainment where we hoop and dance and shout and sing and glorify God in music and the people come in dumb and go out dumber. No, beloved. No. This is your square and this is your compass. This is your tool of liberation for your people. You just have to know as a master mason how to use your tools. You're not working on a physical building. It's not a hammer. It's not a sickle. You don't hear a sound. It's done with the word of God and how you use your tools. If you know how to use your square, if you know how to make your plumb line, if you know how to draw from the cornerstone, it is a tried and precious stone laid in the corner. Yes. If you know how to work your work, Master Mason, we can build the real temple. Yes. And the real temple is not stone. The real temple that you, Hiram, you Hiram, you master architect, you noble, you got it in you. Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is where? Talk back to me. Where is the kingdom? If it's within you, then what you looking up for? My Bible teaches me that Jesus told the disciples to pray like this: Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Come, that's an interesting expression. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. Where? Say it again. Well, all right. Well, if the kingdom is coming to earth, why are you trying to get in the sky for? Huh? It's coming on earth. Now look, if it's coming on earth, then where is the kingdom? If Jesus said the kingdom is within you, then we need a master mason. We need a master builder. We need an architect to do what? To take it out of the souls of men and bring it forth and make it manifest. And how do you do it? You do it with light. And the word of God is light. And if you know how to use your square, and if you know how to use your compass, if you know what your apron means, Lord have mercy. If you know, if you know why it's called a blue lodge, and if you know why you gotta, what do you call that, ride the goat, gotta catch all kind of hell to call yourself a master. Well, I think we qualified. Ain't nobody on earth caught more hell than black people in white America. God knows we've been riding a goat for 400 years. It seemed to me.
We still haven't learned.
And all we need is to purify. Isn't that in your second degree? You got to clean up. You got to purify your life. You haven't done it yet. So even if you're gone up to 33, you got to go back down and come back up again. Because as I heard my brother say, the eagle got to squat to get up, because the way down is the way up. And because you think you're up, you fell down. And your lives are not a witness to purity. Your lives are not a witness to purification. You got to go back and put on your apron. That is a quadrangular with 3 points up. Is that right? Then I think when you're coming in, you drop the 3 points down. Is that right? Lord have mercy. This is wisdom, brother and sister. You all are full of wisdom. You got wisdom all around you. Everything you do is wise. Yes. But the wisdom that is behind the veil. 3 points. Body, soul, and mind. When they're illuminated with the light, and the upper part of your apron falls down, meaning that the light now is shined on your lower self, so that you can get yourself into order, so that when you knock the gavel, as the grandmaster hit it once and it came to order, when you become the grandmaster of your own lodge, you bring yourself into order, and you are totally out of order because you really have not been truly illuminated and shined the light on the passions of self, to put the passions under control. And when you got them under control, then I know that I'm not after my brother's wife. I know that my brother's wife is my brother's wife and not my wife. You didn't hear me. Upon light.
I'm almost finished.
And east, you see it one way. This evil, racist yoke is that you are bound to the and the stars. That we are taught, the 24th chapter, and starting the journey to God ever stops. Death takes him away, reaching out
with me
for God. Is that right? All praise is due to Allah. Now, beloved brothers and sisters, if mathematics is the root language of truth and the universe, and it is symbols, then the sun is a symbol. And the symbol has a meaning and a power behind it greater than the sun itself. Is that right? The moon is a symbol, and it has a power behind it greater than the moon itself. Life is symbolic, and it is only an illusion if you live it in symbols. It only becomes real when you pierce the veil and see behind the veil. The temple had a veil over it. Knowledge and understanding of a likeness of the knower of all things. Now, beloved, I'm going to do that within the next 50 years. There is no herbage, no vegetation. Then the earth becomes like granulated stone. So it is with black people in America. Even though we have clouds above our head and we have beautiful green fields in America, it is hot and dry of the water of divine life for the poor people of Almighty God who have been robbed us of our raiment. They had names: Daniel,
here you go,
Hananiah, Azariah, Mishael. Is that right? That's right. And Daniel. They were brought out of their own place and brought into Babylon. Babylon, as you know, was an ancient city of confusion and deep corruption. And wherever you have confusion, there's darkness. And wherever you have corruption, there is darkness. So coming from Jerusalem to Babylon, they came to a city of darkness and corruption. Is that right? The richest city of that day. But the wicked king wanted to change their names, wanted to change their learning. Is that right? And change their tongue and give them to eat a portion of the king's meat, a kind of meat that they never ate when they were at home among their own people, worshiping their own God. I am sorry, but it's the truth. And so the king changed their name to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Is that right? Right. Now, do you think that the Caucasian people went to Africa to get people who were swinging in trees?
To build your city.
How could people who swang in trees build their cities? Build their towns? Teach them how to cook. Sew for them. Build their mansions. It seems to me they got a mason. It seems to me they got hold of a builder. It seems to me they got hold of a daughter of the mystic shrine. It seems to me they got hold of a star out of the east. And they wanted to bring these children of the Most High God into a state of degradation so that they could mock God by mocking the people of Almighty God. Now you read of Daniel looking backward, but what's the sense of reading Daniel looking backward when the Bible is a living book? It is a book of yesterday to teach us all about today. Because if the Bible is only about yesterday and not good for today, then we don't need it. But all of you that are good Christians, you know the Bible is a relevant book. And if the Bible is a relevant book, then what happened in Daniel's day is pointing to what's happening in 1983. Is that right? Now, where do you find people that lost their name, that lost their language, that have taken on a different learning and are eating a strange meat? Here they are, right here in the Western Hemisphere. There they are. Mrs. Whitehead. Think about a name like that. Mrs. Whitehead. Certainly your hair will grow white if you live long enough. But that's not a name of God.
My point of this, Brother Doug, is that I played this European girl talking about what countries. So when you take people, you don't take slaves to build your places. And when I was listening to Lily, she said, what places have they built? What did they build? She don't read anything. This is the thing about, this is why we got to keep this going. And I wasn't going to do a video earlier, Doug, and I was talking to an elder, and she said do it, because I was trying to get people to plant seeds. I was trying to sow a seed. Nobody sowed a seed. Right? And this gets tiresome. This is rough, bro. So let me go here a little further. Let me show y'all something, because I can have this conversation with her. Let me go to Pio Pico for a second. This is Pio Pico. That's me in the subway in LA. Pio Pico was a descendant of an African. You see where I'm pointing at? How many of y'all knew that Pio Pico, he was the first governor of California? But I just showed you that we built Los Angeles. They don't teach this. Y'all like the gossip with Tariq Nasheed. No. There it is. Look him up. Pio Pico. Right here. Descendant, African descent. But you got people saying I'm not African. It's African descent. So when you down here, bro, when you go to this place and you see what I saw and understand the connection and why they called you a Negro, the Negro is to actually mock you. These are the founders of Los Angeles. Teach your children this. You see that? Luis is a Negro. Antonio's a Negro. Is it making sense yet, y'all? There it is. It's right there. It's not hidden. But y'all not interested in this kind of work. I was down there. I just a whole lot of history. Chicago too, brother. Yes, we did. And I'm going to, God willing, if I get to Chicago, brother, I'm going to do a video in Chi-Town. So if y'all want to support, like, sow a seed, baby. Don't, like my sister said, everybody wants to come on your show, Sabir, and always ask you these million questions, but none of them support the show. They don't. So this is in Los Angeles. Cali de los Negros. That's it right there. I told y'all when I was in Spain, it's the same. They had to take you from being the Moor into the Negro. That's all they did. Here it is. This is why we know nothing about history. So let me show you a little bit more before we go forward. Okay. If you read J.A. Rogers' book, if they read J.A. Rogers' book, and I told everybody to get J.A. Rogers' book, how many J.A. Rogers books do y'all have? Maybe Lily need to read it. This is the Spanish Negroes right here. Today, the descendant of these Spanish Negroes are quite bleached from mixing with their white neighbors. Now I'm going to show you something. You would think that's the Klan. It's not the Klan. There they go right there again. Now, I'm going to show you the two different books that I have, okay? Two. The first page came out of this book. The other one came out of this. Matter of fact, where's it at? Out of this book. Now, I can show you both of these. Both of these, right? So what they do is they scare y'all. This ain't got nothing to do with them. They scared you with your own stuff. Do your research. Spanish Negroes. Read J.A. Rogers' book. What page is that on? 100. I think that's the last. But let me show you something. Okay, you got to know your history. That's me in the room with KRS-One. But y'all don't want this. You think it was the Klan. It's not the Klan. Got nothing to do with them. This is long before Ye started wearing this. Let me show you another one. Bear with me. Let me give you another one. Bear with me. KRS-One again, right there. So I don't sit back and watch people's videos. I literally going to do it. Here it is right here. You thought it was the Klan? It scared you with your own stuff because you don't know history. You would think you want to have this conversation, but ignorance is a mug. So they scared you with your own stuff. And I was running around with that. I may take it with me when I'm traveling. So just bear with me 1 second, okay? I'm almost finished. Let me take you inside Seville, Spain. Here it is. They scared you with the cross and this. Here it is right there. This is in Seville, Spain. You think it's the Klan. Ain't got nothing to do with the Klan, baby. Ain't got nothing to do with the Klan. So I want y'all to share this out to the Black conscious people. Let's have this conversation. I bet you they don't want to have it. So I talk and I literally show and prove what I'm doing. And I'll do it on anybody's platform. So there's no European can ever come to me and tell me something different. I'm the one that they will run from. Believe that. There I go. They'll run from this. And the crazy part about the ignorance of our people, we be like, well, bro, well, that's the Ku Klux Klan, nigga. I'm going to tell you, Sabir done lost his mind. Tell one of these cats to interview me on it. Interview me and see how this was going to go. So when I saw this European talking about Mark Lamont Hill, I had to laugh at it. Let's go back to her again. 1 second. I'm almost finished because I don't need to be on. Not this one. Not that one. I'm going to go to this one first. Let's go back to her one more time so y'all can get it.
Michael did.
What Arab slaves are he talking about? That's where Mark Lamont Hill is wrong at.
We're drifting away, Mark. We're drifting away.
Enslaved Africans built this country, and many were Muslim, and many even after the era of slavery still held on.
They still held on
to Islam, and many of them practiced secretly and silently, and even at the beginning of the 20th century with the Moorish Science Temple, with the Ahmadiyya movement. I mean, there are just numerous movements.
Hang on, please. Time out, please.
What's up, folks? We are back again. I thought Jack Posobiec brought up a good point when he said, what cities did they create? Welcome back to the show. This is a topic that will not die. Just like the idea that there was a Wakanda and that black people ran everything and were superior to whites, and thus we had to enslave them to keep them down because we were like, oh, they're too powerful. They are too godlike. We must subject these people. We must enslave these people because they're too good. They're too superior. They're too good. So out of pure jealousy and fear of the master race, which is the African American and the African at that time and the black person at that time and in this time, we had to, out of fear and jealousy, we had to put them down. We had to stamp them down. Okay? This is really genuinely what they believe. The delusion in the black community is through the roof. It truly is through the roof. It's wild. So that was a debate on Piers Morgan. It was Matt Walsh, Jack Posobiec, and Mark Lamont Hill. Lest we forget the great Mark Lamont Hill, let me refresh your memory as to
how she disrespected it. Just bear with me, y'all. This is her disrespected it. Let's go. The weird part is, she actually dressed up on Halloween in a blackface. Bear with me. In a blackface. Let's find it.
Up like everyone else does. You know, people are out there dressed like Satan and witches. What's up, folks? Welcome back to the show. So last night was Halloween, as many people know. And I decided to dress up like everyone else does. You know, people are out there dressed like Satan and witches. And they're dressed like every horrible thing under the sun. Well, I decided to dress up as something, the most horrifying thing I could think of, which is the black woman, which is a person who is angry and fed up that their EBT card has been declined, that their race card is no longer working in this new climate, and that they're not receiving the reparations that they think they deserve, despite the fact that they did not build this country, contrary to what they say all the time. And they are certainly not improving the country. They are actually doing everything in their power to destroy the country. So I made this stream last night, a live stream, and a few people watched it, and now people are quite angry. Several allegations are being alleged against me. Why is she doing this? Is she just a shock jock, just an agent provocateur? Or is she a grifter? Or is she Jewish? Or is this a federal asset here to seed division amongst people? So I want to put some of those accusations to bed. I want to explain the method behind the madness and perhaps what my long-term goals are. Because unlike an agent provocateur who just wants to cause chaos, I actually want to see my country improved. Okay, and you might say, well, how is doing blackface on a stream, how is that improving the country? Well, let me explain to you how. The country has been slowly dissolving into destruction. It's slowly been destroyed over time. We're frogs in boiling water. That's what's been going on in this country. We've slowly had our rights stripped away. We've slowly lost sovereignty of our country, and now shadowy forces that are now becoming...
Stop. Now, I'm doing this, y'all, because I want y'all to comprehend this. And please sow a seed, people. Somebody sow a seed. Y'all know what sow a seed is right there. Let's go into sovereignty real fast. And I'm going to show y'all why sovereignty does not apply to black people. This is in the law dictionary. Sovereign people, not sovereign citizen. Sovereign people is the political body consisting of the entire number of citizens and qualified electors, who in their collective capacity possesses the power of sovereignty and exercise them through their chosen representative. See Scott versus Sanford. I want y'all to marinate on that for 1 second. So what it is, where's my Dred Scott case? Instead of us sitting on social media arguing with each other, why don't these cats on these platforms have these discussions? Black people don't have sovereignty. Black people don't. How many of y'all have the Dred Scott case? I got it. You want to get a copy? I got it. It's all in here. This is not the one, but this is the case. This is the lawyer's edition. Lawyer's edition. If you want the case, you can email me. You got to read it. What was she talking about sovereignty? So I'm going to see if I can explain this to y'all. So when you call yourself something, sovereignty does not apply. Bear with me. Let me see if I can find the Dred Scott case. Is everybody all right? When it says see Scott versus Sanford, that means go see the Scott versus Sanford case. Bear with me. And it will tell you in the Dred Scott case about the Negroes in sovereignty. They don't have sovereignty. I think I took it there. Here it is. Bear with me. Y'all ready? Bear with me. I'm going to show y'all the proof once again. Here it is. You should get the Dred Scott case. Let's see what page we on. Page 17. But why are the African race born in the state not permitted to share in one of the highest duties of citizen? The answer is obvious, right? He is not, he said, by the institutions and the laws of the state numbered amongst its people. He forms no part of sovereignty of the state. Do y'all get it? He forms no part of sovereignty of the state. So if you calling yourself black or African, American, whatever, you have no sovereignty. This is why the Dred Scott case stated that the descendant of Africans, which we are calling ourselves, you cannot have sovereignty. Is it simple? This is the Dred Scott case I have. If you need it, I told you I want to do it. I want to go on this tour. We can bring up the case. So in the law, it says C. Scott versus Sanford. Let's go back to this one more time, what she was talking about. She said, we're losing our sovereignty. I know y'all don't want to hear this because it's not the yelling and the white man is the devil and the cracker. We got to get our reparations. That's what she's talking about. C. Scott versus Sanford. They play no part of sovereignty at all. Let me explain a little bit more. Okay? State sovereignty. Bear with me. Yes, they are plaintiffs in error, bro. Everybody should get this case off of me. This is in constitutional law. State sovereignty, not Sabir Bey sovereignty. That's state sovereignty. Where is this coming from? Constitutional law. It's in here. You have to have a nationality to have that. You have to. So, let's talk about it. If you're one of these educated people that think that you're smart, then you should come to the cipher or set it up. I told you I could do this in any city. Black folks don't have no sovereignty. You are an alien. You're a foreigner. This is why they don't want you to wake up. This is why. This is why they would bring people like Mark Lamont Hill on these platforms, because they know what Mark Lamont Hill is going to say. Okay? So, I'm almost finished. Trying to challenge me on what I'm talking about. You better go watch my video I did 3.5 hours ago. 3.5 hours. The Moors, a dark race, not dark religion. I read something today and said that you can't be a Moor unless you in the Moor Science Temple. I said, what nigga Moor said that? What nigga Moor said you can't be a Moor unless you in the Moor Science Temple? I said, brother, don't tell nobody that lie. That's Moor, dark race, not dark religion. Dark race. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you, Jarrell. Dark race. So any of these Moors in the temples talking that craziness, y'all better run real fast from them and tell them Sabir Bey said it. I'll show it tomorrow, God willing. Crazy. So, this is a book I have called State by State Race and Racism. Okay? Lists the Moor as the first documented enslaved person of African descent. I have that book. Okay? I have this book also. I'm just running through the books real fast so I can get off of here. All right? So this is not going to be long. I told you that. So it's the black leaders. It's some of these Moors also. They're all part of this problem. Moors ain't off the hook with this. They don't get off the hook. Okay? None of them get off the hook. So you can share this to every last Moor Science Temple. You can send it to every Moor. Doesn't matter. Flood it on Facebook, flood it on X, flood it on Instagram, and tell them to holler at Sabir. Okay? This is news articles I have. Wednesday, November 28th, 1888. Okay? The Black Moors were driven from Spain. Over here, entirely upon the Black Moors from Africa. If these cats is not showing you this, run from them temples quick. And yes, you can tell them Sabir said it. And anytime they see me, they can ask me that question. I don't care about them doing videos on me, my G, because none of them can stand up against me. None of them in the temple can. So, this is Langston Hughes in 1937 in the Afro-American newspaper. And I went and found some information when I went to Spain. Moors again being used as pawns. Okay, so what is going to happen eventually? These Moors are going to have to get it together in these temples and stop singing kumbayas. Okay. So I am going to get off of here. Let me see something. If you would like to sow a seed, brothers and sisters, you can sow a seed at Zelle, PayPal, Chime, Apple Pay, and Cash App. But I thank y'all so much. Again, y'all should be thanking my sister Edna, because I really wasn't going to do a video. So I got my second win. So I thank y'all. I'm going to leave this up here. Happy Hip Hop History Month. Share the videos out. Email me at sabirbayradio@gmail.com.
So I think some people want to be slaving forever. Because every time the opportunity comes up, people acting and reacting like you just don't need them. All of this is about when you come to the KRS-One concert, you're supposed to remember why you fell in love with hip-hop to begin with. Stop complaining that, oh, hip-hop's not over here and it sounds crazy over there. All you got to do is go seek out the people who are still repping the original sound. Yeah, I think very deeply. When KRS is speaking and teaching, it's too hot. People asking KRS, and you stoned cause you rock. Pick up Scholar Rock, 2 Pac with 2 shots. A double blast like 2 Glocks, I don't stop. I'm on top, I will float, I don't drop. But I will drop the knowledge, get you off the block. Unorthodox, these dudes, they talk a lot. They don't walk a lot, they often call a cop. So I'm spitting what I'm spitting here is written. I always bring the heat for some of y'all just ain't admitting. I take it to the future, then back to the beginning. I keep it boom back, who's that? The one who's winning and grinning. DJs and B-boys are spinning. Listen to the mission, man, you must have a vision. It's my philosophy for society, I am spitting. It's only knowledge reigning supreme, I am fulfilling. Anybody really wanna get this thing together? I don't know, I think some people wanna be slaving forever. Cause every time the opportunity come up for freedom, people acting and reacting like you just don't need them. Now everybody ain't gonna understand what I'm coming with. Most of y'all will hear it and fear it like on some other shit. But I'm only speaking to people I run the gutter with. Revolutionaries and scholars that study government. We ain't got no time for no petty crime, we above that shit. What I'm coming with is for hip hop if you in love with it. Breaking them, seeing graffiti, writing, DJs cutting it. This is what we vow to preserve, no not that other shit. But DJs getting sloppier, rappers getting coppier, surveillance on top of ya, no longer a shock to ya. This television lost ya, media's a mafia. That's why ignorance and belligerence is so popular. Time for a philosopher, not a music marketer. Time for a philosopher to get the fear outside of ya. Time for a lot of ya to start seeing hip-hopia as a new land for hip-hop culture. We live in jollier. Ain't it about time we finally bring to our mind a time where we don't do crimes against our kind? Maybe if we change our mind, collective mind, we climb to a level it's fine and then recline. But people, they don't understand, so they'll never understand how it's so important to unite with your brother, man. But they do not get it, they don't really trust their brother, man. So they take their trust and they give it to the other man. He done takes the trust that you have freely given and create a banking system to control just how you live it. If we would just unite and stop doing ourselves, we can make ourselves a nation and prison can go to hell. Yeah. That's another one down. It's another one down. Make sure you get this mixtape. It's crazy. I'll see you at the shows. Get your tickets early. It's only a weekend project, but we put these little projects together just so that the tradition and the art of MCing stay alive. Big up to everybody who keeps MCing alive. Big up to everybody who's about their word game, about the craft of poetry in and of itself. Big up to you. I'm gonna see y'all on tour. You know how I get. So let's get it.